Good afternoon. Thank you. I promise I won't speak for too long this time. Thank you so much for your continued engagement in the conference. It's been a really excellent 3 days of discussion, debate, meeting old friends, meeting new friends, and, well, sharing our experiences and our challenges. This is our closing session, which is always a little bit sad. A lot of relief from the organizing team that we made it this far. But I'd just like to again thank Yangqing District and CIDCA for everything they have done to put this conference together. Please put your hands together. Well, there'll be more opportunity, but please put your hands together to say thank you. So before we move to the closing speeches, as you know, we have been drafting let me remind myself what it is, the Beijing 5 Actions Towards Responsive Evaluation Systems for 2030. My colleagues, Saltana and Patrizia, will present the draft results or the draft document to us all today. And this is a document that will continue to evolve in the next couple of weeks, and we will circulate a final document, well, soon. So without much further ado, Saltana Rasulova, who is the IEO Regional Evaluation Advisor in Europe and the Commonwealth of Independent States. Please, Saltana.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. It's both my great pleasure and honor to speak to you today on behalf of the NEC conference rapporteurs, my dear colleagues, Mercier, David, Patrizia, Graham, Fabio, and Ketevan. Over the last 3 days, as Richard just mentioned, we have engaged in very deep conversations and discussions that illuminated the way forward for us and culminated in this draft Beijing action plan. The last 3 days, we, the rapporteurs, have actively sought your feedback through different means, whether the workshop discussions, your insightful presentations, our meetings with the session moderators, and of course, your lovely messages and WUVA. Everything has been captured. We, as the rapporteurs, have actively sought all your feedback, and we would like to ensure that the draft plan reflects the richness of our collective inputs and the spirit of the NEC 2024, which was for the future, for government, and for inclusion. This document, or this plan, is not a simple document. It was like a tapestry, woven from different diverse backgrounds and your reflections. Just like the Chinese silk. And it was made in the same way like the Chinese make your silk, which is very famous for your quality worldwide. It went through the intricate process, the detailed oriented, so that we capture all the feedbacks and experiences. With this pride, we would like now to present the draft action plan. And we say it is final draft, and we'll be open your comments until the end of October 31st. Over to you, my dear colleague. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. So I should have here the beginning of the 5-point Beijing Plan of Action that I will read slowly, and I hope that everybody will agree with us that captures the essence of the discussions of these 3 days. We, the participants of the 2024 Beijing National Evaluation Capacities Conference on Responsive Evaluation, recognize that stronger evaluation systems will strengthen governments and contribute to reinforcing a culture of learning. We will work towards the following actions in support of the global effort to achieve the SDGs by 2030. So the 5 actions are divided in 3 main groups. One, the focus on inclusive coordination and system strengthening. The first point, integrate evaluation into public policy development and public sector management at strategic points throughout the program cycle, including planning and implementing stages, to ensure evaluation, knowledge, and findings meet information needs in a timely manner. Second point, share best practices and lessons with partners and peers globally, particularly in the Global South, supporting international efforts in public policy evaluation to ensure collaboration and coordination among national evaluation actors. And this has 2 subpoints. The first, integrate feedback and evaluation evidence from diverse groups to support policies and program solutions, and strengthen the capacity of public institutions to address complex challenges. Then we have a focus on integration and use. And for this, we have the following action. Support a culture of learning by integrating context as a lens through which findings are analyzed and understood, engaging and empowering intended users and decision makers throughout the evaluation process, disseminating findings, encouraging peer learning across sectors and countries, embedding feedback loops where lessons learned can be integrated into policies and programming, systematizing the generation, application, and exchange of insights about how to accelerate the achievement of the SDG goals across government. And finally, the last focus is on future-ready evaluation systems, so looking forward. And for this, we have 2 priority actions identified. Use new and emerging technologies in the best interest of people by facilitating greater efficiency and effectiveness of evaluations while balancing the ethical imperatives around inclusivity, equity, and data privacy. Building upon indigenous knowledge and expertise, promoting equitable access to AI technology to avoid deepening the digital divide, ensuring the use of a people-centered and fact-based approach that embodies the values of equity, openness, responsibility, data security, and country ownership. And finally, definitely not the least, incorporate climate, the environment, and early warning approaches and methodologies into evaluation to better capture the connection between resilience and sustainability for the natural world and address risks. So this action plan is still in draft. We hope that captures well the discussion and the essence of what we have been saying throughout this conference. However, we are still receiving open for comments, and we would like to hear from you. What are your comments and what do you think should be incorporated? You have the possibility to do so through a Microsoft form that is available now online. You can scan the QR code and it goes there directly. There will be a link also on the NEC conference website to do that. The comments will, accepting comments will be closed by the 31st of October 2024. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Patrizia. Patrizia Cocca, the GEI, I forget your title, Knowledge Management Officer. Thank you so much. So now we are really ending 3 days of conference discussions. I'd like to call up Mr. Dugan Fraser, the GEI Program Manager, for your concluding remarks. Thank you, Dugan.
Good afternoon, colleagues. It's really such an honor to speak to you today. What an absolutely enriching and wonderful experience we've had here in Beijing. As I was walking on the Great Wall of China on a beautiful autumn evening with the moonlight shining down on us, I said to Isabelle Mercier, how can NEC ever be the same again? The standard set at this conference has been wonderful. And while I obviously want to thank the Independent Evaluation Office of the UNDP and my own team at the GEI, I think we all know we owe a huge vote of thanks to CIDCA and to the Yanqing local government for the incredible experience we've had. It's been truly remarkable. We're deeply grateful. Thank you so much. My team at the GEI has been exceptional, led by Patrizia, with exceptional support from Sonia, Megan, and other people on my team. I will thank them privately, but I just wanted to acknowledge those few people. And then, of course, the IEO has been wonderful to work with. I find myself thinking about what we can learn from China's awe-inspiring development journey over the last few decades, when we think about how we build stronger national evaluation systems. What we've seen in China shows us that there is incredible opportunities to learn, and we need to treat learning as the core of our program. Monitoring and evaluation is all about learning. Think of it like a student doctor. She graduates, she joins a surgery, she comes to tend to patients, and every time she tends to a patient, she learns, and she integrates what she learns into the way she treats her next patient. We need our national evaluation systems to be just like that. They need to get better, they need to learn, and they need to deliver excellent results for the people in our countries. When we do monitoring and evaluation, we are trying to institutionalize and formalize learning. And embedded in M&E is that very, very important principle. From China, one of the many things we can learn is the importance of learning from those who went before us and those who are doing what we are also doing. I think the big experience I get from this conference is the enormous value in peer learning. We must never underestimate the importance and the power of peer support. We all need a little help from our friends, right? Imagine a global network of big sisters providing much needed guidance to their little brothers. We can all learn from one another and offer mentorship. We can exchange our solutions and understand our problems. We need to foster an environment where we can learn from others and where mentorship and shared experience drive collective growth and improvement. Like China did when it opened up in the late 1970s, we can discover the value of institutionalizing curiosity and inquiry. As monitoring and evaluation specialists, we need to be curious. We need to be focused on questions. We need to institutionalize that curiosity and normalize learning from failure. Let's make being able to recognize failure a badge of honor. Let's create an environment where asking questions and trying new things is the norm, where it's okay to stumble as long as we get up and try again. By doing so, we create an environment where continuous improvement is not just encouraged, but it's actually expected. Which leads me to my final point. In China, as evidenced by many of the very impressive presentations we've seen over the last few days, monitoring and evaluation is taken super seriously. We must take it seriously. We must invest in it, and we must mean it. The real danger in monitoring and evaluation is that it becomes a ritual that doesn't have meaning. Let's do monitoring and evaluation and really mean it. Monitoring and evaluation are not box-ticking exercises. When we do an evaluation, we need to draw on the insight and the learning that it allows us to implement. There must be real consequences from what we learn. Only then can we ensure that our efforts lead to meaningful and sustainable change that helps people lead better lives in their everyday experiences. Once again, on behalf of the Global Evaluation Initiative, I want to thank you, every one of you, for your participation in this event. Your collective commitment to evaluation drives this experience, and it gives it the energy and the warmth that I think we've all appreciated so much. Let us move forward with this spirit and look forward to building stronger national evaluation systems. I thank you all once again, to IEO, to CIDCA, to the local authority. Thank you so much. Good day.
Thank you, Dugan. Next, I'd like to ask my boss, the IEO Director, UNDP Independent Evaluation Office Director, Ms. Isabelle Mercier, to make some concluding remarks. Thank you.
Thank you, Richard. Esteemed colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to be again with you all after 3 intense days. We've overcome the rain, we've enjoyed beautiful landscapes and incredible hospitality of our Chinese hosts, and we've made new friends. 500 people, 10 times more than those who attended the first NEC conference in 2009, passed here. 500 people who listened and who presented their work and debated. 500 people who gave us actual proof that in all corners of the world, responsive, inclusive evaluations can influence policy decisions. As I listened to the many inspiring conversations that filled these rooms, I felt a true sense of pride for all that we, individually and as a community, have achieved. The stories that were shared reaffirmed our commitment to a better world and a sense of responsibility we feel as public servants and engaged citizens. These stories spoke of principled research and quests for insights. They revealed challenges that we were able to overcome, frustrations that didn't stop us from continuing the work we believe in, that our best possible future requires thoughtful, deliberate actions, and that at times where too much information of uncertain quality feeds people's minds, evaluation has an extraordinary role to play in cutting through the noise, reducing the uncertainty of our complex world. The Beijing Action Plan reflects our belief in the power of collaboration across disciplines, sectors, countries, especially in the global south. Together, we'll continue to innovate, integrating new technologies that provide faster, credible insights, all while ensuring that inclusivity, equity, and privacy remain at the heart of our work. The challenges may be great, but so is our collective resolve. I hope that after this week, we'll leave Yangqing with more knowledge, good practices, and solutions to continue our journey to influence decision-making through better evidence. I hope that we'll all feel revitalized and with a renewed sense of purpose and possibility, knowing that together we could create those integrated, context-specific solutions that are needed to build the future we all believe in, a future that leaves no one behind. And I also wish that to some extent we'll leave with less certainty about how much we know of the world. With all that we have in common, every individual looks at life differently. And this should be reflected in the way our evaluations are done. in the way our theories of change are formulated, in the indicators we choose to measure success. Objectivity, rigor, independence. These are some words that most come to mind when we think of evaluation. And these are very important words, but they also reflect a false sense of certainty. Admitting that our knowledge of the context might be incomplete exposes us, but it also gives us an opportunity to partner and engage with people who have a different understanding and insights, enriching our learning process and making evaluations better. Let me conclude by thanking once more all the people who made this conference possible. To our co-organizers at the Chinese International Development Cooperation Agency, our gracious hosts of the beautiful government of Yanqing District, and our friends at the Global Evaluation Initiative, without whom this would not have been possible. All my staff, my team at the Independent Evaluation Office of UNDP, and particularly Fumika, Janice, Jin, Shuifei, Anish, Iben, Flora, Anna, Richard. All the translators and the volunteers who helped us tremendously with logistics, and you for being here and for being such an engaged group. I have for sure learned a lot from all of you. Thank you very much.
So it's my great pleasure to ask Mr. Liu Yongfeng, the Vice Director of CIDCA, to come to the stage and make his concluding remarks. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Because I will make my remarks in Chinese, I will invite you to use the earphone for the translation. Thank you. 尊敬的莫歇尔女士，尊敬的弗雷泽先生，尊敬的各位嘉宾、各位代表、女士们、先生们，在各方的共同努力下，2024年全球国家评估能力会议即将圆满落下帷幕。受罗兆辉署长委托，请允许我代表中国国家国际发展合作署，感谢各位老友新朋和各位代表的共同努力。没有你们的积极参与，没有你们的重要的贡献，会议不可能取得今天的成功。感谢联合国开发计划署，特别是独立评估办公室以及全球评估倡议的各位朋友，你们同国合署的团队一道，做了大量的细致的工作，将会议设想逐步的变为现实。我们还要特别感谢北京市和延庆区的各位同事，是你们对本次会议的支持和付出，让我们有机会在金秋10月在这里相会。各位嘉宾、各位代表，这是一次恰逢其时的会议。当前国际形势持续动荡，世纪疫情和百年变局交织叠加，局部冲突频发，单边主义、保护主义、逆全球化思潮蔓延，全球性问题加剧，不稳定、不确定、难预料成为常态。在这一重要的历史时刻，评估如何应对新形势、新挑战， 如何助力联合国2030年可持续发展议程和未来契约的落实。上届会议通过的都灵议程落实进展如何？会议进行了广泛深入的讨论，并达成了重要共识。这是一次亮点纷呈的会议。我们围绕回顾都灵议程、包容性和评估的未来，举办了3场全体会议，组织了3个系列、21场主题鲜明的分论坛。会议形式多样，既有全会的发言，又有小组讨论，更有世界咖啡馆等多种互动形式。我看到在座的各位在吃饭的时候还在工作，还在研讨，让我也感到非常的感动。中方专门组织了一场中国全会，向大家系统呈现了中国的评估理念、实践和成效。我们也有机会共同领略8达岭长城的巍峨雄壮、冬奥会的宝贵遗产和世园公园所体现的绿色发展理念。接下来，我们还将举办2天的培训研讨，相信大家和我一样，期待继续思想碰撞，产生更多的火花。这是一次成果丰硕的会议，我们围绕响应式评估、分享经验、共谋发展，达成广泛共识。一要不断加强评估能力建设，持续丰富评估手段和方式，确保政策目标的如期实现，推动提升政策目标的科学性。2要更加注重包容性和不让任何人掉队的原则，帮助最脆弱群众和最不发达国家积极发声，广泛参与。3要充分尊重不同国家的评估理念，要支持各国各方建设包容和谐的评估体系。4要加强评估领域的国际交流与合作，就像我们这次全球国家评估能力建设大会这样，坚持相互尊重、求同存异，进一步拓展发展思路，分享更多经典案例，探讨具体合作。刚才我们2位协调员和报告员向大家简单具体的介绍了即将通过的响应式评估体系面向2030年的北京行动计划。我们也欢迎大家就此广泛的参与、评论和发表意见。我们也期待这份文件能够尽快达成一致，并发表，成为我们这次会议的重要的成果。我也相信，这将是继都灵议程之后的又一份重要文件，对评估的未来发展将发挥重要的指引作用。各位嘉宾、各位代表， 我们因相同目标而相聚，因相聚而有了更多的共识，因共识而有了更多的相知和合作。在当前百年变局不断演进、和平发展面临严峻挑战的形势下，中方愿同各方一道，按照响应式评估体系，面向2030年的北京行动计划的原则和精神，让评估为各国聚焦发展，实现联合国2030年可持续发展目标发挥更大的、更积极的作用。我相信，我们今天达成的共识、展望的愿景，必将变成全球共同的行动。祝贺我们这次会议取得圆满成功，也预祝未来2天的培训研讨取得丰富的硕果。谢谢大家。
Well, thank you, Mr. Leo. I look forward to the next conference we do with you. Maybe a few more years between conferences. Well, I guess it's my great honor to be the person who officially says thank you, and we officially close the NEC conference. There is always just one more thing, of course. Nothing ever quite finishes. We have a group photo. I've been told there is no way this stage will hold 400 evaluators. Not with the judgments and opinions that they hold in their pockets. So if we can have the 400 evaluators here, so that's all of you, if you could congregate at the front here, and our very special guests can stand on the stage. Thank you. Please take a moment just to gather your things. Thank you.